Rise, grind, shine, peace and blessings. It's a new day, and you're now listening to Curtis Rice at Born Royal 86. Some days are better than others. These last few days have been wild, to say the least. Sometimes I feel like God has put me through a test. Then sometimes I feel like God is saying, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's how I feel. Speak up. Take up for yourself. Handle your business. See people for who they really are and stop making excuses for them. Even with these companies, because everybody ain't doing business. Stop shopping with people who expect you to handle your business for free. Miss me with that family lingo too, that work family lingo especially. Because if somebody come up short on your money, the last thing on your mind is, I understand. We work family. I got real family members I don't play that shit with. So all of a sudden expecting me to be understanding, I'm on a mission. I don't travel around to be wasting time and value. But there are some good people in this world though, so respect. Shout out to y'all. But the real question is, how understanding do you expect people to be? Meanwhile, they're impatient with you and expect top-tier communication, service, and time set aside for you to understand why their excuses matter. So without willpower, that should have had you broken. Tell people no. So stop being so damn sensitive all the time. No does not require an explanation. If you that pressed about it, just keep it moving. But on a better note, no fast food this week. No wheat bread, no toast. Just been eating as clean as I can. Protein, yogurt, drinking water, some cranberry juice here and there. Even with all that's been going on, still, no alcohol. This week I've been locked in on my workouts. I don't know if the gym's thermostat is broken, but it was on 94 degrees. I hit the weights for a few sets, finished strong on the treadmill. The treadmill makes me tired though. There's one thing about the treadmill. I get more energy out of sprints. So I've been sprinting for the last few days. And one thing about sprints is that you'll know what muscles are targeted when you wake up the next morning. I thought it was light work until I had to roll out of the bed to start my day. So if you're looking for something to add to your workout regimen, throw sprints in the mix and see what happens. I'm bringing my jump rope next time. That's one of my go-tos for cardio and endurance. Working out has really been helping me stay focused mentally. And trust and believe there are endless distractions. Watching videos all day of people working out will not make you see any progress with yourself. One rep at a time, double it, triple it, and hit those quads. Keep that in mind. A lot of content is still in heavy circulation, but one thing I can't forget, there is a huge difference between being positive and stupid. You can't help everybody. Some people don't want to help themselves. Sometimes pride stands in the way of those who might need help, but can't bring themselves to ask for it. And some people wouldn't mind helping if they felt appreciated and or properly compensated. So don't forget the law of transactions when it comes to business. That middleman business without having a complete understanding can and will cause problems down the line. Note to self, stop letting people distract you from handling business with their sob stories. The money that they skipped out on paying you will go towards something irrelevant if you don't stay on top of it, like a section at the club or some pre-owned team Jordans or something. So pay attention. I've done my share of homie business, associate business, and so on. Moving forward, having a system in place that doesn't have you chasing people around to collect your own money is important. Patience is always tested. Things don't always go as planned. Today I was happy, pissed off, and happy again. Overall, I'm grateful to give myself time to chill and get my mind right and not act out on emotions because of a challenge here and there. Continuing this practice one day at a time, seeing what happens. Shout out to Collins World for passing his math test. I'm proud of you, son, for real. And shout out to your mom, who's the real MVP, for going over the formulas and detailed breakdowns, because I forgot most of it. Thank you for not asking me to do your math homework, because you probably would have made a 3%. And the only thing right on that paper would have been your name at the top. Just know, when it comes to those creative projects, you ain't got to ask me once. I'm already on it. Shout out to my baby boy for finishing his bottle of water. Took you 3 days, but who's counting? I'm happy for you. Going to another city, which means a different hotel. This one wasn't so bad, but now it's time to go. Will the next hotel be better than this one? I don't know, because the reviews are pretty different. Leave real reviews. When you go stay at a hotel or when you buy products, leave actual reviews. Stop leaving these dramatic reviews over simple things. When it comes to hotel rooms, aside from the rooms being clean and making sure there's nobody already in there when you got there, leave a real review. Somebody left the light on. These are outlandish reviews. Like, talk about the important stuff. You get what I'm saying? Make sure it wasn't a dog in the bed when you got there. Make sure it wasn't food still left in the fridge or whatever you have in there, or on the stove or in the cabinets or something before you got there. Make sure somebody didn't take a whole dirty shower and just not clean it. Stop leaving these super dramatic reviews about nothing. Same way with products. If you buy a product because you saw how it looked on the next person and you got it on you and it doesn't look the same, that's not the product's fault. Let's stop that right now. That's not the product's problem. You know who problem it is. Just admit it. But that ain't my business. Let me leave that alone. See, distractions, always, at an all-time high, especially when you're on your mission, especially when you're on a journey. There'll always be distractions. How you deal with it, how you adapt to it is one thing. And another thing, when you're going through something, sometimes you just got to go through it. Sometimes you don't want no advice. You don't want to hear no, it's going to be all right. You don't want to hear, sometimes you don't want to hear that. Because in your mind, when you upset about something, it's going to be all right is the last thing you want to hear. Because that's when people start debating and start becoming combative when it comes to dealing with things on an everyday basis. It's always somebody who's not in the situation trying to tell you how to deal with it. And it's not their place. Now you overstepping. When people going through something, unless you have an actual relevant solution, keep it to yourself. But just firing off some shit you heard on YouTube or a quote from your timeline can probably get you cussed out in a major way. Before I get off here, this message is for someone who's on their journey and might not be receiving any acknowledgement. Truth is, you might not get it for a while, but if whatever you're doing is really what you want to do, keep putting in the work that's required, even if you don't feel like it. I'm not telling you what to do. The choice is yours. However, what you want the most could possibly be on the other side of what you refuse to let go of that's keeping you distracted. Remembering quotes is not the same as being remembered for your gifts. Greatness is ageless.